Liberal promises, the same Liberal results. Canadians are paying the price for another Liberal Prime Minister's broken promises. This Prime Minister said to Canadians that he would be judged by prices at the grocery store. Results are in. This Prime Minister has failed. Food prices have surged 40% since the last Liberal Prime Minister broke that same promise the last time. Should this Prime Minister's promise to Canadians not be judged by food prices at the grocery store, but the number of families being forced to food banks?
Right. Hear, hear.
The Honourable Minister of Housing and Infrastructure.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Well, the number one cost for Canadians is their housing, and we have taken action to make housing more affordable. Yesterday,
no, it's not. You're making us all bankrupt.
Prime Minister and I announced the launch of Build Canada Homes, which will be a one-stop shop for making housing more affordable across Canada. And we're launching that on 6 pieces of Canada lands, 4,000 homes that we will start building immediately. Thank you.
4,000 homes for $13 billion.
Canadians can't afford to put food on the table, let alone pay for the Liberals' bureaucracy when it comes to housing. But let's be clear. This was the Prime Minister's promise. These were the Prime Minister's words. This is the Prime Minister's failure. Food prices are going to go up $700 per Canadian family this year. Canned soup is up 26%, apples 14%, tuna 19%. The daily essentials have become unaffordable. Is sticker shock at the grocery store the experience that this Prime Minister promised Canadians?
Wow.
The Honourable Minister of Housing and Infrastructure.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. As far as promises delivered goes, this government promised to launch Build Canada Homes and make the largest investment in affordable housing in Canadian history. We are taking action where it matters most, and Canadians need support on affordable housing. Across the board, we need more support, but starting with housing, and housing first, particularly for those on low incomes and those who are homeless. We are taking action.
$13 billion for 4,000 homes.
Told Canadians that they should judge him by the prices they pay at the grocery store. But food inflation is 70% above target. The grocery prices are up 40% in less than a decade, and all of those years the Liberals were in power. And the cost of food has risen overall more than inflation every single month that this Prime Minister has been here. Canadians should judge the Prime Minister by his words. That's only fair. But is it that he never shops for food, or is it that he thinks inflation is something that happens to other people?
Yeah.
Just like Trudeau.
Housing and Infrastructure.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Again, we'll come back to the number one cost for Canadians and concern is around affordability of housing.
That's so true.
I know the Conservatives and the members opposite do not care about affordable housing. We're here to take action on it. Make life more affordable for Canadians, starting with their homes. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Are these people mentally deranged? That's all the Conservatives care about.
The Minister cannot ignore the problem of millions of Canadians using a food bank every single month, and that hasn't changed. It happened under this Liberal government's watch, and now they're making excuses or changing the subject entirely. Canadians are getting fleeced at the grocery store, and it's only going to get worse because next year their bill will be $700 higher per family. That's another Liberal broken promise, another Liberal bait and switch by another Liberal Prime Minister. So is that the experience that he's now promising Canadians?
Yeah.
The Honourable Minister of Finance.
We listen to Canadians, something that the Conservative may want to do a bit more. And what Canadians have told us, Mr. Speaker, is affordability is the first concern. The second is housing, and the third is the economy. What have we done, Mr. Speaker, while the leader was away? The first thing we did for Canadians was to reduce taxes for 22 million Canadians, Mr. Speaker. Everyone got a raise on Canada Day, Mr. Speaker. The second thing, we removed GST on first-time home buyer, Mr. Speaker, and we are going to build with Canadians, with every Canadian, the strongest economy in the G7. That's what this Liberal government is about.
Yeah, because our economy will somehow be stronger than America's.
The Prime Minister promised to double home building to 500,000 homes per year, but today housing starts are down 13%, another broken Liberal promise. Yesterday, the Prime Minister introduced a fourth $13 billion housing bureaucracy to build wait for it, 4,000 homes. What blocks home building is government bureaucracy, red tape, and taxes. So why does the Prime Minister believe that adding $13 billion more bureaucracy is now suddenly going to solve the housing crisis?
Liberals, am I right?
Honourable Minister for Housing and Infrastructure.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Well, I'm happy to share that there is a significant commitment, $13 billion, that will be invested in housing and leveraging private investment as well, working with private capital, with builders and communities across Canada to make sure we are building the affordable housing that Canadians need, particularly young Canadians who can't afford to get into the market. Those 4,000 units are the first start on Canada lands and the very, very beginning of the most comprehensive investment in Canadian affordable housing.
Member for Parry Sound.
That's crazy.
$13 billion for a fourth federal
3.25
Ottawa housing
million
bureaucracy
it's
to
gonna
build
cost.
4,000 homes is not a solution. It is yet another liberal boondoggle that will cost Canadians a fortune and will solve nothing. The Prime Minister said the core challenge present in the housing market is it's just too hard to build. It's hard to build because of government taxes and red tape. In Toronto and Vancouver, the cost of government on a new home is over 25%. Housing starts there have stopped. Why does the Prime Minister not understand that if we're going to get homes built, we have to cut the bureaucracy, not add $13 billion more?
The Honourable Minister for Housing and Infrastructure.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Well, the member opposite and the Conservatives may not believe in investing in affordable housing. This government does. This government is making an unprecedented investment in building affordable housing in partnership with the private sector, in partnership with cities, provinces, territories, Indigenous nations. We are going to deliver with our partners like never before.
The Honourable Member for Barrie Springwater, Oro-Medonte.
Mr. Speaker, under this Liberal government, lawlessness has become the norm in Canada. In many cities, children can't play safely in parks, families can't walk down sidewalks, businesses are suffering, and residents are living in fear. Tent encampments and lawlessness are taking over public spaces. This summer, Barrie Mayor Alex Nuttall was forced to take the extraordinary step of declaring a state of emergency to try and restore order back to Barrie. Wow. Canada was not like this 10 years ago. When will this Prime Minister stop this reckless Liberal agenda and bring order back to our communities?
The Honourable Minister for Public Safety.
Mr. Speaker, our plan to keep communities safe will keep drugs, guns, and criminals off our streets. We're partnering with police services across the country to fight organized crime. We'll make it tougher for violent criminals to get bail and impose stricter sentences to repeat violent offenders. We're hiring 1,000 CBSA and
Isn't this guy like a walking conflict of interest or something?
Frontline personnel who are already keeping our borders safe. This work will be bolstered by investing in community safety initiatives to stop crime before it starts. Mr. Speaker, we will always be there to keep Canadian communities safe.
The Honourable Member for Cloverdale, Langley City.
Mr. Speaker, this Liberal Prime Minister swaggered in promising a massive surge in home building, 500,000 new homes a year. After all that hype, Vancouver families are still staring at million-dollar price tags. That surge hasn't even made a ripple. Projects are stalled, permits crawl through red tape, and the only thing going up faster is the bureaucracy he's building. Now that big pledge has shrunk to just 4,000 homes at the cost of $4 billion in yet another Liberal broken promise. When will the Liberals stop building bureaucracy that makes homes more expensive for Canadians?
The Honourable Minister for Housing and Infrastructure.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The Liberal government focuses on building affordable housing with our partners. This is an unprecedented investment alongside a cut to the GST for first-time home buyers, which we are rolling out. We are focused on delivering solutions, on delivering housing in the communities that need it the most, and that investment was never seen from Conservative governments, certainly not in the history that I'm familiar with. We saw housing not being a priority for the members opposite. We're focused on it delivering.